Charles Davis. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Boy, I tell you, the schedule makers got it right here in Week 1. A lot of great games today. And another Buffalo and the Jets right here in this very stadium tomorrow night. Won't that be fun? But of these two teams, Charles, Giants and Cowboys, which one do you think is the bigger threat to Philadelphia in the NFC East?
As we start here right now, it's got... Oh, no! The first throw of his career is intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
1st and 10 for Montana and company. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see Week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They will look to throw. Montana. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Eddie Pinheiro on now. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved.
but I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Brady being chased out left. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll run with Jackson. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Montana to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second and 10. Back to the ground, Peterson. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're going to have another first First down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. That gain on third down, good for 28.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Montana looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people don't clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top row, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it as we resume action. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And New York set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have that extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that rhythm, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run. That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it paid. Down. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And he's got this one across midfield in the Cowboy territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Brady. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far, and while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in his first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And he will have a Cowboys first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. To throw is Montana. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Montana. Room to maneuver at the 35. And down to the 28-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. His zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. And they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Brady now on first down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very solid gain of 27.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
This is Bettis on the draw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now Brady. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin.
The man they call Scary Terry remains one of the best at taking the lid off of the defense. Not only a top 10 season in terms of yards, but he averaged over 15 a catch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Montana. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. They go play action with Montana. On the outlet, this ball complete to Graham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, it's Peterson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Montana. A slant to Jones. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play fake. Now here's Montana. There he is again. Another catch for Julio Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Play action. It's Montana. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Oh, a heck of a move. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Operating out of the gun, here's Montana. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring him second down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Shotgun. Here's Montana. And that is incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
This is up and good from Pinheiro, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll set up a throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jimmy Graham. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Now Mike McCarthy's saying, let's go for 2. They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a one-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So what can Brady do here is he'll lead his guys up to go for two. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped them in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On first down, Montana. And Graham on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A 10th carry now for Peterson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They will look to throw. Montana. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A throw right side here going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his team,
there he goes, left side. And he'll have it past midfield.
passes aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there. And
for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Montana. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. They run again with Peterson. 55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
This 2nd and 4. They run over center with Peterson. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's Montana to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now out come the Giants. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a give. It's Jackson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Brady. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw, Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Brady going to look to throw. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Brady. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Brady going to go on 4th down. Oh, that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. He's back to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Just the 1 timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Brady to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they were just hoping for something to go their way. A tip ball, a penalty, anything to get them within shouting distance of field goal range. But now, with the clock where it is, this is going to take something close to a miracle to pull this one out.
They'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.